In his work, Khiry also has an extensive background working with youth in our community. He's currently employed at a non-public school where he has aided in the development of a technology classroom. Khiry grew up in a middle-class neighborhood, but wasn't too far away from the rough side of Sacramento. It was through the dedication and persistence of the community around him that helped guide him to be a positive person. Khiry uses the same dedication and persistence in working with youth. Khiry is also the reigning neighborhood wrestling champion and has held that title since 6th grade. So I think that on that note, it's time to introduce the undefeated, undisputed champion of Sacramento poetry, Khiry.
How you doing?
All right.
How y'all doing?
All right.
You hear me? Yeah. Okay. So my name is Khiry. So at least I'm like Gutierrez. So
all right.
Good. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right. This first poem is not my poem, but it's a good one. I want to have a baby. But not a normal baby. I want to have a designer baby. I want to have a Prada baby. A baby by Coco Chanel, eyes by Versace, hair by Pantene, Pro V, Swatch teeth, Windows XP, Intel, Pentium chip, Acceleron processor. Not a smart baby, you know. I want a baby with breast implants. A Botox baby with 22-inch rims and leather interior. Gatorade blood, Nike swoosh, Red Bull logo baby I can donate to charity. Not a baby that cares, no. I want a baby that's a trend. I want a baby that comes with a cashback guarantee. I want a baby with a website. With a CD burner. A vintage postmodern digital voice recognition quartz movement heart baby with a retirement plan. I want a baby with 12 different ringtones. I want a baby with call waiting and text messaging. A glossing, overpriced, overhyped, made in Indonesia with slave labor baby. I want a baby that will give me the light and pass the dro. Oh. I want a baby that's blazing like hip hop and R&B. I want a baby that hangs out with Jay-Z. I want a baby with a black album, a white album, a gray album. I want a baby that's not even a baby. I want a baby that you believe is a baby because I told you it was a baby. And the baby with platinum. I want a Che Guevara baby. I want a baby that believes in revolution. No. I want a baby that believes in nothing. I want a vegetarian tofu eating baby. I want a fat-free, low-carb, high-fiber baby. I want a baby with nuclear potential. I want something. I need anything. I want something to keep me distracted. Something to keep me from feeling other people's pains. Something that can keep me thinking that this is the best humanity can do. I want a baby, so I won't have to deal with reality. A good friend of mine, Ainsley Burroughs. He's from Jamaica, but by way of Brooklyn, and he's a good friend of mine. So I like to start off with some tribute poems, and then go into my own stuff. That way you think I'm good. Oh man, this first poem was the best, you know, and then it gets into my stuff. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit. I know it's Black History Month. It's also Valentine's Eve. Is that what you call it? Right. You know what I mean? Or the single celebration, either one. My phone is currently cut off until Saturday. I'm having trouble with my carrier until Saturday morning. So I'm gonna jump around a little bit. This first poem. Here's what's on my mind. I'm just gonna get. I'm not traditional, or I'm just kind of just whatever's on my mind at the moment. Did anybody hear the Nicki Minaj her new album cover? It's a picture of picture of Malcolm X at the window with the shotgun, right? Everybody familiar with that? Where it's
Right.
only necessary, right? And she changed it to suit her own needs, I guess. You know, it's a disrespectful quote that's on that. Just look it up on the web, and let's just say I don't have any Nicki Minaj music anymore on my iPad. So I say that because African Americans as a culture, I think we've lost the idea. Everything's about imagery, right? So what you see on television, what you see in the movies, what you see portrayed in front of you, what you're told is typically what you tend to believe. In America, we don't research stuff. So on Facebook, like there's all these fake stories, you know, what was it, Michael Vick got in a car accident and died, and then they had Troy Aikman got in a car accident and died. It was the same car. Then they had like Kaepernick, you know, and people would just, oh my God, Kaepernick's dead, dude, you know, and they were forwarding these stories without looking beneath the surface. And so what we are shown as African Americans, especially during Black History Month, and I posted on my Facebook page my wish list, right? And the wish list was, please don't make the whole month about slavery, don't make the whole month about struggle, don't make the entire month about the negative aspects of African American culture. Why not the positive? And the backlash I got was mainly from African American people who would say, no, it's all about slavery. It's all about the struggle. There's no good thing about being black. This is from black people. Like a black person actually stated that we should reenact, we should recreate plantations on the school campus and send our kids to school dressed like Harriet Tubman and Toby. This is honestly a black person said that. And so we have our images mixed up. You know what I'm saying? So without all that being said, that's what enables Nicki Minaj to create an album cover with a disrespectful image of Malcolm X on it, because she doesn't connect the positivity and the racial pride that we should have within ourselves. And same thing with the twerk contest they have for MLK Day. You know, they had images of Martin Luther King on flyers with money and loosely clothed women, and that's not okay. So this poem I wrote. I was just driving down the street. I saw a couple young brothers with dreadlocks, and they're walking, sagging their pants, and doing the whole thing. And my first judgment was like, look at those thugs. My second judgment was, look at those strong black men. I grew up in the age long time ago. Our music, and if you guys look pretty young, don't let the older generation tell you that you're wrong for listening to the music or maybe dressing the way you dress. I grew up when hip hop first began. And right in the middle of the 80s, we had Too Short and Two Live Crew, and Luke, and our dances were worse than this twerking. Trust me. This twerking is nothing compared to this stuff. When they don't stop getting, trust me. Twerking is the least of your worries. If that twerk all night if you want. Two Live Crew, Uncle Luke, yeah, horrible. And we made it through. So, this poem is something I wrote. It's like, it touches on gentrification and the idea that we don't know the power that we have, but other people do. He walks, lock swinging, twisted as the ropes they prepare for our lynching. Twerk, Molly, twerk. As they penetrate and rape the ghetto, same block we cultivated with soul and experience, the same wall used to hold family pictures. Now the historical elements of our generation now shows a Picasso. Same park used to play host to basketball and barbecue, now hold music festivals and neighborhood watch meetings. No traces of our hieroglyphics on the walls, the etching of our accomplishments covered over but never erased. They try to replace us with them, but can never be us. Taking what is ours and thinking it's theirs, but ours is ours. We are the master builders, tribal paint, arrows, rhythm, dedicated language, hieroglyphics, our walk, like kings. Lock swinging back and forth, like spiritual metronomes, keeping tune with the ancestors. We gave them jazz and created bebop. We gave them rhythm and blues and created soul. We gave them rock and roll within Hendrix did. We gave them rap, but we got the money. Twerk, Molly. Twerk. Move that shape-sufficient booty across the television screen. So all the pedophiles and Catholic priests can and be entertained. Gyrate your juicy J and sexualize yourself to the blurred lines. The carbon copy that leaves the average music purist who is listening and can't help but scream out, wait, that's gay. That's really Marvin Gaye. He walks, street king, true culture locked within his locks. He has what can't be duplicated. He has what can't be duplicated. Go ahead, twerk, Molly. Twerk. He's the personification of our ancestors' dreams and he don't even know it. Blueprint embedded in his DNA, he's an alien with no birth records, no nationality, no place to call home except wherever he is. His locks are antennas to the universe, connected forever to the ancestors, and he don't even know it. He was born with the wisdom, and he don't even know it. He's a target, and he don't even know it. Free government phones tracking his language, they don't know that we are trilingual. Camera on the Xbox tracking his habits, they don't know that God is stealth. He walks, universal king, keeper of the blueprint, the esoteric culture that can never be duplicated. He is the future, and he don't even know it. Locked, sealed tight like ancient scrolls. Meanwhile, in the background, they think they got it. They think they finally got it locked in. While they recycle the essence, we just turn around and recreate the illusion. Twerk, Molly, twerk. She got it. Yeah, she thinks she got it. She don't even know what she got. And she don't even know no better. Part 2. When our forefathers marched for our freedom, through relentless conditions, through circumstances unbearable, with the only imagination of emancipation in their minds, armed with only the Spirit of God, brave souls, and the idea that their purpose was written long before their creation, freedom or death. Our call is freedom or death. We will all be free or we will die trying. When our forefathers marched for our freedom, there was a perception that somehow we were less intelligent, less sanitary, less worthy of human treatment, less worthy of respect. We were given less education, less living conditions, less nutrition, less rights. Mocked, challenged, chased, lynched for no other reason than the color of our skin. When our forefathers marched for our freedom, it was a standing up against the wall, a breaking down of barriers, chains removed, a loud and unobstructed just a statement. I am a man. I am a man. We will not be moved. We will not be moved. We will not be moved. I'm black and proud. I'm black and I'm proud. It was a black line in white sand. It was the period at the end of a long sentence. It was a rising of a people. It was our pride. When our forefathers marched for our freedom, it was unselfish, untrendy, undeniable. It was God. But then our forefathers became our ancestors. And now we become our own oppressors. We say the N-word with more enthusiasm than any slave master ever did. We suppress our education by going dumb and on the yellow bus and getting hyphy. We make our own blackface caricatures. We images of Malcolm X at the window, but instead of by any means necessary, it's Nicki Minaj's album cover with looking a N-word as the caption. We're images of Dr. Martin Luther King on flyers adorned by hoes and tossing dollar bills. Instead of spending time embracing our black culture on King Weekend, we go on ski trips and hold twerk contests and strip clubs. While on the 4th of July, we barbecue and raise our American flags with pride. On President's Day, we celebrate a president who once owned slaves. We show our behinds every chance we get. Our pants load our self-esteem. We are still identified by the brands of our masters. This cat belongs to the Gucci plantation. This cat's wearing a chain. This cat just killed someone to belong to Jordan. We do anything to ride around a master's car, even if master don't want the car no more. We objectify our women, kill our brothers, poison our communities with drugs, leave our children in half households. Our spirits as broken as our language, as broken as our households, as broken as our neighborhoods can grow increasingly dangerous and segregated. I'm more afraid of black people than anything else. I'm more afraid of what's going to happen to black people than anything else. I'm more afraid of what will happen to the struggle of our ancestors than anything else. As the powers that be continue to peel away the layers, what made the playing field more level for us, while we are distracted by a scripted reality television, I pray for the alarm to sound and wake us from our state of slumber. But for now, he walks. And he got it. Yeah, he got it. That thing our forefathers had, yeah, he got it. And he don't even know it. Thank you. So, along that same line, I was part of a march during the whole Trayvon Martin incident when it first happened. We had a display of peace. Just so happened on that day, it kind of rained a little bit, and African Americans, especially the ladies, they don't go out in the rain. You know. So at that presentation, there was only like 30 people there, and then when the trial happened, you know, it seemed like everybody on my Facebook page was now revolutionary, right? Everybody was blacking up their pictures and posting and the whole everything. I'm a member of a group called MoveOn.org. I'm also a member of Color of Change. Those two websites that are activists and just not just black people's issues, but just issues period. And I invited people to participate in those websites and in protests in California about California laws that have us caught up or potentially can have us caught up. And I didn't get much of a response, but people were still posting, yeah, you know, Trayvon Martin. And I'm like, what about the other people? What about everybody else that's been victimized by the police or by other, you know, what about in our own communities? What about black on black violence? You know, let's make some moves and do that. And I didn't get that much participation. And so I made statements on Facebook like these, let's not make this a trend. Let's make this reality. Let's make this real. If you're upset about the conditions, let's change the conditions. And again, not that much response, except for like backlash. So I wrote them a little poem. And this is for them. And I inboxed a lot of people and we lost a lot of friends. But I'm okay with it. So this is called Boys in the Hood. There are no protests in my hood. When young black men are shot down in cold blood for no other reason than the way they look. There's never a march or a vigil, no televised trial for the killer, no Facebook status changes, no hashtags, there's never any recognition, never a call for justice. There are only the mothers who are left having to bury their sons. Maybe if their killers were white or some other shade than black people would take to the streets and demand justice and make change and be angry at the conditions. But the truth is, Trayvon Martin dies on the streets of Oakland every day. Oscar Grant gets shot down by police in Stockton, Sacramento, and Los Angeles every day. Our black children get raped about their identities, their brains sucked out of their heads into a television screen. Our children catch beatings through headphones that play music designed to numb their senses, telling them to dumb down while the architects behind the lyrics broaden their path to separation. What that means is that like Lil Wayne has a degree. Rick Ross, the big drug dealer, went to college and studied criminal justice. There's a lot of rappers that got degrees, but they on their songs, they're like, yeah, I sell cocaine. Cocaine all day. That's all I did. So crack. But they, you know, they're middle class, and they don't even know what cocaine looks like. But you know what I'm saying, son? Cocaine all day, every day. If you sold that much cocaine, you can't just stop selling cocaine and go be a rapper. That doesn't pay as much as cocaine does. And then the people who you bought the cocaine from ain't gonna be like, okay, see you later, you know, come to your concert. No. You know too much, you know what I'm saying? So just go like, yeah, I'm gonna stop selling cocaine now and go on tour. We don't think so. Well, Paul Dean reminds us that the South ain't never went nowhere. We're cool with the outcome as long as justice is served. Just us doing the killing, just us calling black people the N-word, just us degrading our women. This poem ain't gonna be no likes on Facebook. This poem's about that. The stand your ground law still stands. No change, no justice. Revolution is change. Our evolution is change. Our evolution is change. In California, they have a legal right to take your DNA without charging you with a crime. No change, no justice. I did not black out for Trayvon. I would never hide my face and think that it would change anything. I would show my face, my eyes that bear witness. Emmett Till's mother wanted America to see what happened to her child. Instead of making it easier for the perpetrators to rest their soul, let them see. Let America see that we are watching. And we got a problem, America. I am Amadou Diallo. I'm Jordan Davis. I am Yusef Hawkins. I am Sean Bell. I am Stockton's per capita murder ratio. I'm 67 shootings on July 4th in Chicago. I am Hadia Pendleton. I am James Byrd. I am Michael Donald. I'm Rodney King. I am Trayvon Martin. I'm a dark Sacramento street where a white man brandished a firearm on a poet after referring to black people as the N-word. I'm that poet who called the authorities and had that man arrested. That man, an off-duty Sacramento police officer, was later convicted of 79 false DUI reports. I'm the result of my people angry at their condition, but not angry enough to do anything to change them. I'm not a t-shirt or a hoodie. I'm not a bag of Skittles or a can of iced tea. Meaning that I'm not a record amount of sales accumulated to make a statement, but the corporations who benefited from that same statement gave no contribution to my community. I will not make this a trend. I will not make this a trend. I will not make this a trend. This poem is not for Trayvon Martin. This poem is for you. You who posted how angry you were at the conditions but did nothing to change them. And change your profile back to your ugly face 5 minutes after the verdict. You who posted about your disappointment in the system but turned your monitor back to Love and Hip Hop or WorldStarHipHop.com 5 minutes after the verdict. You who made this about a person instead of about a law that enabled the person to walk free after committing a crime. No change, no justice. You who conveniently logged off and blacked out and gave in when it's time to MoveOn.org and ColorOfChange.org, and it's you who can make a difference. So America, this is your mirror, and it's 5 minutes after the verdict. What are you going to do? Thank you. So the gentleman that did the love poem after the breakup, you inspired me to write a haiku. Anybody know what haiku is? It's 5, 7, 5, 5 syllables, 7. Just very short gathering of the thoughts. And so I wrote this poem, and I might just post this on my Facebook and tag some of my ex-girlfriends. This is a heartfelt love poem to my exes, all of them. Go! 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 Wait. Yeah, go! 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 And don't come back. So you probably guess I'm single. But it's not always my fault. This is actually a love poem here. How many people shop at Walmart? Great. This is going to go over well. I fell in love with this girl at Walmart. She was gorgeous. At Walmart, yeah. And so I wrote this poem about her. And yeah, it's for her. There she was, in all her essence, curves like 2 question marks embracing, a smile like an early morning sunrise, walking like a dream, my knees shaking like Bay Area streets. And so I approached, calculated my first words very carefully, tried to refrain from saying what was really on my mind. I mean, this girl was my wife. She just didn't know it yet. So I made an excuse. I bumped the shopping cart. I said, "Excuse me, miss." And before she could say anything in response, I jumped into full conversation. I said, "Hey, you know, it's nice that this Walmart has aisles labeled so, you know, you can find what you need real easily." She smiled. So I went in a little deeper, right? I said, "You know, girl, you are hotter than the first day of summer." Her smile grew a little larger, right? She went to a full-on laugh. I said, "Girl, if I could rearrange the outfit, I'll put you and I together." She was really like, she was like laughing. And so I said, "Oh Lord. Oh Lord." Breath so bad I made Tony Braxton never want to breathe again. Breath so bad she put on 10 squirts of perfume, 1 squirt of Banaka. I wish it was the other way around. Breath so bad I made the sun hide behind the moon. Breath so bad police departments started supporting the Stop Stitching campaign even in high crime areas. Breath so bad I was praying she had an asthma attack. Breath so bad to make Jesus leave the tomb. Breath so bad, smell like she gargled toilet water. Breath smell like bull sweat. Smell like sweaty squirrel and deep forest and old bathroom floors. Breath so bad, I wrote a suicide note. It was killing me. Breath so bad, in 4 states it's considered cruel and unusual punishment for her to breathe outside prison. Breath so bad, she need to go home and shower and mouthwash. Breath smell like a garbage disposal water and bee pollen mixed together. Smell like 2-week-old raw chicken meat and wet gorillas after hot yoga. She looked and said, "Oh Lord?" I said, "Yes." "Oh Lord." She says, "Yes, it's all me, baby." I said, "Yeah, that's the problem." Thanks. It didn't work out. We had differences. So, this poem is by a good friend of mine, Khiry. I'm gonna stop. Is it still on? We go out? This friend of mine named Khiry Mustafa, and how many people have heard the news about the guy, the football player that's gay, came out and said he's gay, and it's all on the news, like, you know, that's really his business, and that's his thing. If you want to do that, it's cool. So this poem is not about that, but it's a good poem. You say that's gay. And I say, okay, I get it, I understand, that's gay. So let's say we go to a restaurant and we're sitting there and you order a hamburger because that's what, you know, guys do because that's so cool. And not just any hamburger, but that new 3rd pounder. 1/3 pound of cooked up cow meat with 6 strips of fried up bacon. And I order a salad and you say, that's gay. And so I say, okay, I get it, I understand, that's gay. So I eat my salad and you eat your 3rd pounder, and even though halfway through you're stuffed, eyes bulging out your head, you keep eating because that's keeping it real, and that's what, you know, that's what guys do, because that's so cool. So let's say right before we leave the restaurant, we realize that it's pouring rain outside. There are 2 umbrellas some other customers left behind. Only they are big and pink with purple ducks and flowers, and you're not taking no umbrella because you say, that's gay. And I say, okay, I get it, I understand, that's gay. And I know when you say that's gay, you're not dissing gay people. At the same time, I don't think you necessarily believe the umbrella to be happy when you say that's gay. It's just hood for, nah, son, that's different, and I don't like really messing with stuff that's different because somebody may find out and think I'm different too. But see, we took the bus today. And since you didn't want to take the pink duck flower umbrella, here we are at the bus stop. You soaking wet with your jacket collar flipped up, raindrops dripping from the brim of your Yankee cap, your body double over holding your upset stomach because you done ate too much. And I'm here with my umbrella, happy, gay. So maybe I'm as gay as you say, because right now I'm happy, and you looking so damn cool. So I'll do another like love poem, I guess. Y'all like love poems?
Yeah.
Or do you prefer like the conscious revolutionary Black Power? Love revolutionary? It is, because it's dangerous. You can get your shot. Okay, this is a poem for the ladies. She said she never knew life like life was, like the way I treated her, like a living goddess, like a queen, like my every vision like a woman. Didn't know what it meant when I was standing there with my foot propping an open door, hand outstretched, jacket lying over the puddle, other hand holding the umbrella like a few drops of rain would ruin perfection. Since she never ate a meal that didn't come from her kitchen or out of her wallet or accompanied by a guilt trip or expectations of what would happen later in the evening. Never had a conversation that had a beginning, middle, and ending that all centered around the same subject, her day. Claim your victory. Since she never heard poetry in the morning or before sleep, never felt a warm hug or a kiss that was genuine, never got a text message for no official reason beyond just saying, I think you're beautiful. Claim your victory. Never heard music that was dedicated to her without derogatory words etched in the chorus. Instead, music with lyrics that massage the canals of her eardrums, a love serenade conjuring smiles from deep inside her soul. Claim your victory. I want my arms to become your pillows, shielding you from the cold world around us, making you feel safe in your existence, comfortable enough to allow your dreams to run through the fields of your mind, with doubts or insecurities unable to penetrate. Sister, claim your victory. I'm trying to erase the traces, trying to create new pathways, trying to show you that there is a throne that awaits you, a crown without thorns or obligation. Claim your victory. Let no one deny who you are. You're a walking victory, a testament to the power of dreaming, a triumph against the devil, a rainbow of hugs. Claim your victory. Erase can't, won't, you ain't, and never from your diction. Press mute on your haters. Pause the program that brings you any doubt. No longer a work in process, now you're a work in progress. It's now time for you to cross the line and break boundaries, eliminate borders, set the record straight. Sister, claim your victory. Because Queen, when I see you, I see an aura of diamonds, a smile that inspires sunshine, strength of esoteric nations. I see God's intention and reflection of your eyes. And she is no longer you. And you have now become a beacon for the others that will rise into your momentum. Victory is yours, my queen, so claim it. So I'm going to give you guys a preview. I have a book that over the last year I wrote this book. I'm infatuated with, I'm a photographer also, so I'm a poet, I'm an educator, and I'm also a photographer. So I'm infatuated by the moon. It's peaceful, it's beautiful, but it also symbolizes the essence of a woman, right? So you have the sun. If you ever been outside in the morning and you see on one side of the sky the moon, and the sky is all blue and calm and nice, and then you see the sun with his ego. He comes up and the sky is all hot and there's all this color. He makes his grand entrance, right? So I look at man as the sun, right? It's just an energy. The sun is just hot. You think about it, the sun is just hot. The moon controls the oceans. It controls emotions and feelings and such. And so I spent a year infatuated with the moon and also a young lady. And they were basically the same distance. Like, she was so far away from me, as far as not liking me back, that it was great though. It was a great, it was a great ride. But I wrote poems in tribute to just, I kind of mixed the two. So as far as the moon is, yeah. So I have a book. I'm going to make money off of that and that experience. And so this is the last poem in the book. And the book should be out in about a month. But this is a little snippet. In the middle of the empty space, in a blanket of darkness, I stand, hurling love poems into the sky, hoping that one of them will eventually reach you and convince you to come down from your loose position. And with each and every one that crashes to the ground, I throw another one with more force, in different angles, the same intensity, the same belief that God created us with certain intentions. Without you, I'm a band without rhythm, a ship trying to sail through a desert, a bird with no sky beneath its wings. Without you, I'm a dream that never gets the chance to wake the dreamer. Without you, I'm a half a heart, and half a heart is a question mark. And so I'm here, standing in darkness. The only light I see is you, dancing across the sky, capturing my attention, writing love letters like ancient scrolls that will be discovered long after our existence. I am Linus, waiting patiently for the promise, waiting patiently for the prophecy to fulfill itself, waiting to remove all doubt, waiting to prove the devil wrong, memorizing the sound of your voice like an old love song, written 2 lifetimes before we even met. I am Linus, waiting to catch the fragments of your broken heart that will fall like meteors because no one can love you like I do, unwavering and unconditional, unmoved by distance, if they dare call me insane. Then I asked, what do they call those who pray? Those who pray their situation change and go out nothing but the feeling inside. Same feeling I get when I walk with you together, saying nothing, just vibrations between us. Same feeling I get when I look up and it's daytime and there you are occupying the same sky. The sun and the moon in the same day. I want to write our memories like soft whispers that erase the patterns of disappointment. I want to scare away your fear, bridge your empty spaces, be born again in your thoughts. I know that my words will not change your mind. And your past experiences will have left empty spaces that sometimes may make you hide in the shadows to protect yourself. But sister, I've seen you full before. I've seen the way you reflect light. I've seen your influence. I am Linus, standing on faith, throwing love letters into the sky, hoping that one of them will eventually reach you. And every now and then, I unravel a crinkled up love letter with hopes that just maybe, you are up in that sky, in a blanket of darkness, with the same intensity, hurling love letters in my direction too. Thank you. So I'd like one or two more poems, and then if anybody has any questions, I'm open. Let me see what I have. Everybody doing good? Yeah. I'm not boring you guys down. Maybe I am boring you guys down. Hopefully not. Okay, I'll do this one. This is one more poem by my good friend Khiry Mustafa. If you have a chance, look him up. He's a good poet, good guy, and he's very, very nice. I encourage you guys to look at, and we need to be more historical. So there are poets like Nikki Giovanni, a poet I met recently, Amiri Baraka, who just passed. There's the last poets. These poets are all the forefathers and the founders and the bricklayers of the modern arts and poetry movement. So slam poetry came from Amiri Baraka and Nikki Giovanni and Sonia Sanchez and poets of that sort like Maya Angelou, Eugene Redmond. And Izaki Shange. Look at these poets and look at their writing styles. And the poetry we have nowadays is very similar and it's come from that. And so it's very important. That's why I do a lot of tribute poems, because I want to keep those ideas fresh to you guys. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'm entertaining to you guys and not, I'll be on for like 5 minutes and maybe never see me again. But if I am, then, you know, I made a dent. So this poem is called Double Agent. And like this month is my month where I'm harping on, and then, so people got mad that school was offering the free fried chicken. I wasn't mad. That's a free soul food meal. Like, get that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real. You know, how dare they offer free fried chicken on Black History Month? Like, we eat chicken.
I know that's.
Where we go to? We just went to this is my sister. Where we go to the
Jollibee.
Jollibee?
Yeah.
The Jollibee? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah. Chicken's universal.
Yeah, it's universal. Like, fried chicken is good. Free soul food meal.
Right.
Get that. So, there are some schools who don't even celebrate Black History Month. You know what I mean? So, it's important that we can't be, I mean, you know, Cinco de Mayo, yeah, tacos and enchiladas and stuff. So, they don't think, man, it's free food. Get that. So, here we go. They told me history started in Greece with Greek gods, Africa was a myth. But that some Africans were actually grateful for slavery for their benefiting, like Colin Powell had said. They told me Egypt wasn't part of Africa, and they couldn't possibly explain what happened to the Sphinx's nose, but that Egyptians were really tan white folk with dirty feet who hunted mummies and did really cool dances. They told me Black history wasn't important enough to talk about. With a few exceptions, if we minded our P's and Q's, yes ma'ams and yes sirs, ate our vegetables, didn't ask questions, didn't think, that we too could be exceptional Negroes. They told me to study hard and get a good job to support my 2.5 kids, 1.3 pets, semi-faithful wife, wrap them up in a white picket fence, eat white bread, white sugar, white women, white rice, and white lies. It told me young Christopher Columbus, adventurous heart and curious mind, always dreamed of exploring the high seas, and through hard work and ambition, he discovered the Americas like Mayor Giuliani discovered Harlem. It told me a 12-year-old black boy, Lionel Tate, who killed a playmate while practicing wrestling moves he saw on TV, was murdered in the first degree, punishable by death, and 41 shots was an accident. It told me Elvis was the king of rock and roll. Vanilla Ice was hip-hop, and jazz was Kenny G's Christmas album.
Oh no.
It told me crack was plaguing our communities with teary-eyed commercials about Little Leroy, who takes the long way home to avoid the dangerous criminals and just say no, as if crack trees were growing in the ghetto. It told me Jesus and his people were purely white, just unadjusted, not a black person in sight, not a maid, not a servant, not even a caramel complexion busboy, picking up plates at the Last Supper like some lost episode of Friends. They told me all this. They had textbooks, teachers, and television to prove it. They had Man, Tan, The Watermelon Man, Buckwheat, J.J. Evans, Hot 97, and BET to prove it. They had 2-degree, double major doctorate, college-educated professors to prove it. They had 2-part miniseries with Charlton Heston raising the staff to part the Red Sea, Elizabeth Taylor as Queen Cleopatra in The Rock as the Scorpion King to prove it. They had commercials with Uncle Ben smiling ear to ear, grateful to be of service, but never eating, talking bottles of syrup and greasy buckets of black folk to prove it. They told me my skin wasn't beautiful, and they had this country to prove it. They told me my skin wasn't beautiful, and they had this country to prove it. There you go, my mama. She worked the best counterintelligence. And then I have, if anybody has a question, then I will answer your question. Side note, don't eat right. Make sure you eat right.
Fried chicken, eat right.
There's zero cholesterol in there. I have water with it. It's good. Make sure, I say that because I just recently got diagnosed with pre-diabetes. I'm lucky to catch it now, right? And the whole thing was, for the last like 10, 12 years, I've been drinking cranberry juice and all the juice, that you find. And I never looked at the carb count, the sugar count. I thought, this is cranberry juice. It says it's 100% juice. Cool. And so I've been drinking, I drink it, I go, I down, and now I just read it, and it's like, 30 grams of sugar that's in every glass of that juice, which is like 6 or 7 teaspoons of sugar that you're drinking in that juice. So thus, I'm pre-diabetic because of that and because of donuts. But we'll get to that. But I started reading a lot of different things and portion control, carb counts, and all that, and it's scary the amount of things that are labeled and marketed to us as healthy that are actually more unhealthy for us than the healthy stuff. That's natural. Water is good. Drink it. It's good. You have to get used to it, like I did. But if I'm thinking about it, it's helping me live. It's helping me. I feel better. I feel lighter. So, juice is bad. Soda bad. Water is good. Moscato is terrible. It's only 6% alcohol. Nice. You never be drunk. All right. So, I'll close with this poem. This poem is. Actually, I won't close with that poem. I'll close with this one. I used to pee in the bed. It was terrible. All the way to 7th grade, I used to lie and say I didn't pee. But my brother used to tell me these horror stories, and now the horror stories have changed. But I don't pee in the bed anymore. But I still so cool it out. Drink water. So this is a poem called American Dream. I told you too much, huh?
Yeah.
I haven't peed since 7th grade yet.
Oh no.
My brother used to tell me that I had a monster under my bed, waiting for me to fall asleep so it could steal my dreams. And for years I would lay there scared, fighting the feeling of unconsciousness, trying to chase away the darkness, so defiant that on some mornings I would wake up and pool my own urine. I did not want the monsters to see me walk into the bathroom. And every morning I would wake up and recite my dreams to myself just to check and make sure that they were still there. My brother told me I had a monster underneath my bed. And so I was so afraid of the darkness that I would hide my head underneath the covers and shield my dreams and camouflage myself from the monsters. I was so afraid that I would lie there with my eyes open, praying that the sun would defeat the moon and darkness would come only to the monsters, and I always kept a bunch of things by my bed so they wouldn't have space to come and get me. And though I never knew how the monsters looked or how big they were, how my G.I. Joe action figures poised and ready for attack. If these monsters wanted to get my dreams, it was going to be a fight. They didn't even know how to swim because I drank a lot of Kool-Aid before bed. And it showed in the color of my mattress. Can you believe that my brother told me I had a monster under my bed, waiting for me to fall asleep so it can steal my dreams? And so I padlocked my thoughts. And every dream I had, I killed a monster at the end. So the monsters would know that these dreams right here, these dreams right here, but no sissy dreams.
Oh no.
No punk go lay down and just let them walk off with these here thoughts. I would wake up sometimes another night and try to catch one of them in the act of stealing, but never saw them. My brother told me I had a monster under my bed, waiting for me to fall asleep so I could steal my dreams. In my older years, those monsters have gotten more clever in their tactics. He stole the Cosby Show and replaced it with VH1. They stole VH1 and replaced it with VH1.
Oh no.
They stole Atari and Nintendo and replaced it with Grand Theft Auto. They stole Sesame Street and replaced it with The Yardigans. They stole ballet and replaced it with Drop It Like It's Hot. They stole families and replaced it with Baby Mama and You Are Not the Father. They stole our Boy Scouts and replaced it with the street gangs. They stole suits and ties and replaced it with tight jeans and exposed underwear. They stole doctors, lawyers, and firemen and replaced it with kilos of cocaine. They stole our role models and replaced them with Waka Flocka Flame. They stole Hide and Go Seek and replaced it with Yellow Crime Scene tape. They stole the high school and replaced it with the high fence. They stole our kingdoms and replaced it with trap houses. They stole our education and replaced it with rap music. They stole our hip hop and replaced it with rap music. They stole little girls and replaced it with baby mamas. They stole the neighborhood watch and replaced it with the Zimmermans. They stole our leaders and replaced it with Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton. They stole our consciousness and replaced it with genetically modified food. They stole our religion and replaced it with child molesters. They stole our communities and replaced it with MySpace. They stole our privacy and replaced it with Facebook. My brother told me that I had a monster under my bed, waiting for me to fall asleep so I could steal my dreams, and he was right. And I'm so afraid of the dark right now. There are monsters in our television, monsters in our schools, monsters in our government, monsters occupying the pulpit, monsters installing tracking devices, RFID chips, and cameras so they can create darkness and steal our dreams. And then carefully package them in Google ads and electronic billboards on the highway so they can sell you back what came from you. And they are watching. And they're watching how we move and what we say. They are watching and listening from underneath our beds, playing lullabies through our Dr. Dre headphones, making sure darkness comes and the satisfaction of sleeping is victorious so they can creep from beyond the cracks and take the note and guide us to problems. My brother told me there were monsters underneath my bed, waiting for me to fall asleep so they could steal my dreams until tonight. Tonight I drank a whole gallon of Kool-Aid so I could wake up just in time and catch those monsters trying to steal my dreams and crack them right in the head. Thank you. If anyone has any questions or comments, now will be the time to ask them. Go ahead. Yes, ma'am. So the book, we call it moon poems. I'm not very creative. It's kind of moon poems. But it's really nice. The lady that's doing the editing, she's actually, every poem is titled by a date. And so she's going back through the moon patterns and she's going to be like labeling the poems according to the pattern of the moon at the time. So, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so sorry about that. You guys, Khiry's going to answer some more questions in a minute, but I do have an announcement that I have to make. And this is my early Valentine's gift to all of you. You know, the water is not running, the toilets don't work, and class and the whole college is shut down for the rest of the day. So you can go home, I can go home, we can all be in traffic. Cool. Back to questions. Any questions y'all have?
They like pizza? All right. Thank you. If you have surveys, I need everyone to turn in your surveys either to me, Miss Charlie, or